1 in 10 women will struggle with infertility at some point in their lives. That's a lot. It seems like a lot of women will struggle when it's something that seems so natural that we can all do. When you personally struggle with it, it's a much more personal statistic, and statistics don't really tell the real story. I don't think there was ever a point in my life that I didn't want to be a mom. I came from a large family. There were 6 kids in my family, so there were kids everywhere. When I was little, there was a song that I used to listen to all the time about how when I grow up, I want to be a mother, and we'd sing it all the time. There was never a time in my life that I didn't know and I didn't want to be a mom. That was my thing I wanted to do. I met my husband a while before we got married. We had known each other about 6 years. So we were a little bit older when we got married. He was almost 30 and I was almost 25. So when we got married, we always knew we wanted kids. It was almost like something we never really talked about because it was just obvious the way we both were, that we both wanted children and we wanted to be parents. I remember when I first went to see my doctor. And I remember sitting across from her at a desk, and she kind of just warned me. She said, just so you know, this is the first thing in your life that you are not in control of planning. I remember, the first month and second month and third month, and then a year went by, and obviously at that point you're starting to get a little discouraged and to think maybe something's wrong. I do think there is some shame that goes along with infertility. It seems like our bodies are made to reproduce, and so you start feeling like maybe something's wrong with yourself or something's wrong with your spouse, and it seems like every month you're going through a different test to find out what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you, what's wrong with you. So I think knowing that something could be wrong with you or could be wrong with your body, there is shame that goes along with that. We lived and were surrounded by a lot of young married couples that were our age, some even a little bit younger. And almost all of them had either had children or were getting pregnant. So it was hard. You wanted to be happy for them, but it was kind of hard when it was something that you wanted so bad. And it was pressure from our family and pressure from friends, and I think mostly pressure from us. It was just what we wanted to do.
No, don't move the ones that we decorated.
I still remember when we found out I was pregnant. I remember not being excited. I just didn't want to go through another miscarriage. We were told that something was wrong, and we realized that it wasn't a viable pregnancy. It was heartbreaking. It was almost like, okay, after all this we've been through, to then get so excited and then be let down and be just heartbroken. It was almost something we couldn't even talk about. It was just so hard. We actually decided that we were done, this isn't going to work for us, so that we would adopt. And so we started doing all of our adoption papers. And I remember my father walking in and just saying, can you just do one thing at a time? And I remember at that point, I was almost 29, and I pointed my finger to God and I said, I'd better have a baby by the time I'm 30 or someone will answer to me one day. And turns out that within a year, we had found out we were pregnant, and my first baby was born a day after my 30th birthday. So he listened. He's still in charge, but he listened. When you become a mom, everything changes. Everything you do revolves around the well-being and happiness of your children.
That's not cute.
Well, that's the peach one. That's strawberry. But you can have either.
Shovel it back in, it's fine.
You can have either. It is hard to think that maybe one day one of my daughters or daughter-in-laws will experience infertility. There's really not a right thing to say to somebody, I think, that's experiencing infertility, except just to tell them that you love them and you're praying for them and you want what's best for them, and just to tell them to trust and to know that things will work out. If you ask me who I am, probably even before I would tell you what my name was, I would say I'm a mom, because I'm a mom before anything, and it's the best thing in my life.